What's up, guys? It is Saturday the 8th of May. Dennis Sullivan here, Sports Snippets, Dennis Sullivan. Glad to be on here to talk to you once again about the Miami Heat. Going to discuss the game and the victory over the Minnesota Timberwolves on Friday night, which was key. It was tough, but it was key. Before I get started, if you do like the content of this particular video, go ahead, hit the thumbs up. That would be awesome. Yes, you. And you can also subscribe to my channel as well, Sports Snippets with Dennis Sullivan. So let's get started, everyone. Very interesting times that we're in this NBA season. And the Miami Heat are basically smack right in the middle of a top 6 possibility in terms of seeding goes for the playoffs 2021. And there's a few teams in their way and all that other stuff. I'm going to touch on that. I also want to talk, not mainly, but spend about half this video talking about the victory over the Timberwolves as well. Friday night, 121 to 112. So let's get started, guys. I got some key points here on the snippets board. I want to get into first the game and the victory. Let's do that first. That was key. Brought the Heat to a nice, more respectable record, let's put it that way, of 36-31. So we're now 5 games over 500. We could definitely be satisfied with that, because if we go back a few weeks ago, it was barely 500. So we're cool there. Only five games left. TH stands for, you got it, Tyler Hero on the snippets board. It was a game that was really centered around the performance of Tyler Hero, who was tremendous in this particular game. He would go 6 of 8 from three-point land and finish with a team-high 27 points. He would play tremendous. If the Heat can even get something relatively close out of that type of performance consistently from Tyler Hero, look out in the postseason. You're really only looking for about 17, 18 points a game from Tyler Hero, which they can get. I mean, he can easily put up those types of numbers. But, I mean, 27, you're getting into the high 20s here. That was tremendous. Jimmy Butler was also key, as he always is. 25 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists. He had 5 steals Friday night, guys. Trevor Ariza, more of a reserve role as always, but he helped on the boards. He had 8 rebounds. Added 6 points and a steal. Bam Adebayo, 15 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists. A little bit of a quiet game offensively for Bam. Would finish with 2 steals and also with 2 blocks. So Bam, you know, he's going to give you his consistent numbers across the board. He can defeat a team and help defeat a team in a number of different ways, as we know as Heat fans. So that was very good. Kendrick Nunn, 12 points. 2 rebounds, 2 assists. Duncan Robinson was quiet. He was 2 for 4 from 3. But, you know, if I look at one player that's really come along nicely this season, I'm going to put Duncan Robinson at the top of the list for the Miami Heat. He would finish 6 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, went 2 for 4 from three-point range. Hero, as discussed, he also added 3 rebounds, did Hero, 4 assists. Goran Dragic had another one of his really good games off the bench, 23 points, 4 rebounds, 3 assists. Dragic was also effective from 3. He would go 3 out of 6. So if you look at Hero and Dragic off the bench, they would combine from 3 and go 9 of 14. That's really good, guys. That's really good. Andre Iguodala, what can you say? He's always going to give you a consistent effort. 5 points, 2 rebounds, 3 assists, but his defense is tremendous. He's such a good, well-rounded player. Dwayne Dedmon, 2 points, 4 rebounds, an assist, and a steal. Anthony Edwards would play very well for the Timberwolves. 25 points, 6 rebounds, a block, 3 assists. Jared Vanderbilt, good on the boards, 11 rebounds, 8 points. He added 5 steals and 2 blocks. Karl-Anthony Towns, just like the last time that the Heat played the Timberwolves, Towns was putting up big numbers. I mean, he's a really good big guy. 27 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. Rubio played good again. Remember last time, Ricky Rubio played good for the second straight time against the Heat. 16 points, 3 rebounds, 9 assists, 2 steals. D'Angelo Russell, 17 points, 3 rebounds, 4 assists. So, I mean, the starters for the Timberwolves played really well. The bench wasn't that great, though, for Minnesota. Hernan Gomez, 8 points, 5 rebounds. Naz Reid, remember him last time? He really had a big effect against the Heat and was all over the boards. He was a little bit held more in check in this one. I don't think he played quite as much, though, from what I was seeing. I mean, he got playing time, but 6 points, 6 rebounds. Jordan McLaughlin, 2 points, 4 assists. And Josh Okogie, 3 points, an assist, and a block. Jalen Nutwell would add a rebound for the Timberwolves. 9, basically I put that number 9 in there, guys. It pretty much represents that the Heat are really, if you notice, over this stretch run, because we're heading into the final 5 games of the regular season, the Heat pretty much going with a 9-man rotation, Dedmon being part of that off the bench and Iguodala. And really what we saw Friday night is that 9-man rotation with Hero and Dragic rounding out the bench. So that's really what you're looking at. No KZ Okpala, no Precious Achiuwa, nowhere in sight, who are getting playing time throughout most of the regular season. But that's not the case, guys. That is not the case anymore. 2021, I put a question mark, meaning the season of 2021. It's been a little bit of a, not a little bit, it's been a lot, let's admit it. It's been a lot of a roller coaster ride for the Heat. They should be better than 36-31, you know, and we can always say that, well, there's been a lot of injuries and this happened and that, but you know what? Every team has been faced with injuries and all sorts of hurdles to overcome this season. Heat haven't done a bad job. I'm not upset about it, but I can't say, wow, what a great regular season. No, we're not going to say that. We're not even close to that. So the Heat are right where they probably should be. The number 4 is very significant. So what does the number 4 mean on the snippets board? Let me round out this video, guys, by letting you know this. So this is the deal as we move forward. This is the deal. You got the Knicks you got 4 teams to grab 3 spots, 4, 5, and 6 to avoid the play-in. Okay, Knicks 37-30, Hawks 37-31, Heat 36-31, Boston 35-32. Heat are basically 1 game ahead of Boston, a half game behind Atlanta, and really only 1 game behind the Knicks. Only 1 game behind the Knicks, who are in the 5th spot right now as we... Actually, in the 4th spot, take that back, are the Knicks, as we speak. So the Heat are really, I mean, right there, 5 games left. Tomorrow is a huge game against the Celtics. At Boston, 1 p.m., mark your calendars. That's a Mother's Day special, 1 p.m., and then Tuesday the 11th against the same Celtics. Both are in Boston, unless I saw something wrong here. They're both in Boston. That's a 7:30 game. Those games are huge, guys. Those are huge games. 5 games left. The Heat should not, I put play-in with a question mark. The Heat are better than a play-in situation. They should definitely be in the top 6. Let's be honest. Let's be real. They should not even be really near a play-in, I don't think. But it is what it is. The Knicks and the Hawks, of those 4 teams, you got the Knicks and the Hawks, the overachievers of the group. And then it's funny because the Celtics and the Heat, who are really just battling it out to just grab that last spot and avoid the play-in, those are the 2 underachievers of the, underachievers of the group. So you have Hawks and Knicks as the overachievers. Celtics and Heat, they're more talented, really, I think, than to be going through this big struggle ordeal just to become one of the top 6 teams in the East. So it is what it is. One last thing before I close out. I noticed, too, in the victory over Minnesota, this is not a good or a bad thing, really, but it's funny how, like, you look at the totals and the game stats. It was interesting because Nothing really jumped out at me, but that's fine. The Heat, I think, just had a little bit more talent at the end of the game and at the end of the day. I mean, they shot the ball pretty well, over 50%, 50.6, Minnesota 48.2. Both teams, the Heat, if anything, had the edge in the three-point category. They would shoot about 40.6%, Minnesota at 27%. But like most games, the Heat, they competed on the boards, but they lost the rebound category by 4. So they kept it close, but then they won the turnover category by 2. But see, the game stats in that last win didn't really tell me much either way, but I don't really want to say that's a good or a bad thing. It just kind of is what it is. The Heat had a little bit more from 3, and they would outshoot. I mean, they basically shot the ball, not better, yeah, but they hit 3 more threes. They only won the game by 9. So you make 13 threes, the other team makes 10. So anyway, guys, that's what it is. And it is what it is. And it is going into this huge final stretch. 5 games left, regular season. Sunday is going to be huge. The records that I mentioned are all going into Saturday's games. Please keep that in mind. So we're going to talk again real soon. This is Dennis Sullivan saying I will see you really soon. Go Heat. Leave me a comment. We'll talk soon. Bye for now.